Why would China consider a country other than the United States to be its chief rival on the world stage? I mean, after all, the US has the largest economy and most advanced military in the world. It would stand to reason that that's where the threat is. But contrary to what a lot of people believe, the United States may not be China's biggest economic rival. It might actually be India. And the reason why is because of a massive shift that took place nearly 30 years ago. China and India have long dominated Asia. Together, the two nations are the most populous countries on Earth, making up a third of the entire world's population and a fifth of its GDP. But with India's economy more than 5 times smaller than its northern neighbor, why would the Communist Party of China be worried about it at all? Well, for starters, India is on the verge of overtaking China as the world's most populous country. Now, why would China be worried about that? I mean, they have a population of over 1 billion people. Well, it's an issue for Beijing because India enjoys a demographic advantage that is far superior to China's aging population. The median age in India is roughly 10 years younger than China. And this demographic shift is taking place right at the same time when China is beginning to squander its status as the world's greatest manufacturing powerhouse thanks to the country's growing authoritarian policies. India is now positioned to become the workshop of the world. But how did India become the world's fastest growing economy in the first place? India was aligned with the Soviet Union through much of the Cold War. And despite never officially adopting Marxism or declaring itself a communist state, India's economy featured an extreme level of central planning that used Soviet-style 5-year plans for everything from manufacturing to agriculture. This combination of heavy regulation, licensing laws, government red tape, and state ownership was so notorious that it was collectively referred to as the license Raj. But here's where the Indian economic miracle kicked in. With the country's entrepreneurs drowning in a sea of red tape, India's political leaders did something remarkable starting in 1991. They actually opened up the economy. That's right, the Indian government cut tariffs and taxes, encouraged foreign investment, eliminated the license Raj, closed down many of the government agencies that had been regulating the economy into the dirt, and eventually even abolished the State Planning Commission altogether. The results of these policies have been astounding. From 1992 to 2005, foreign investment in India increased over 300%, and the country's GDP soared from just $266 billion in 1991 to over $2.3 trillion in 2018. And this is why China fears India. Because the license Raj was a huge reason why so much of the world's manufacturing base was set up in China. For so long, there really just wasn't another great option. But that's not the case anymore. With the Communist Party of China aggressively reverting back to the heavy-handed policies of Mao and more authoritarian-style control over the economy, India's pivot toward freer markets is taking place at just the right time. It's no wonder that China might be more concerned about the threat on its doorstep than the one 6,000 miles away.